back to my channel, or if you're new and just tuning in, hello and welcome. So today's video is going to hopefully be shorter. It's a health video, sort of. I mean, it's about my health. So if you haven't already noticed, there's a giant patch right here on my chest and it blinks. So if you're seeing blinking, don't think you're going crazy. It blinks. It blinks green to let me know that it's on. Of course, looking down at it, I can't see that, but I can see it through a camera. So if I turn my camera face forward, I can see it and make sure that it is on. I'm going to push this back up though now because I don't want people seeing my tatas. So the reason I have this is it's basically an EKG machine that's continuously monitoring your heart. So I've had high heart rate and high blood pressure since I was a kid. And I did not used to be overweight. So, you know, coming into my adult years, it was a concern for me. Like, why did I have high heart rate and high blood pressure when I was skinnier, when I wasn't overweight yet? And so I finally decided that I'm going to go in and I'm going to get everything checked out. However, you know, circumstances when I first decided on trying to get help were that I did not have health insurance. However, I am fortunate enough to now have some kind of health insurance, Calviva, and it covers the basics. Sorry, I just noticed that one of my crystals fell over. So it covers the basics, and that includes a cardiologist. Now, getting the tests that are needed approved is another story. But this one, they immediately approved in office. I guess it comes with appointments and stuff like that. So they do an EKG, which is about a 30-second span in the office to check on your heart. However, I was taking my meds and they had just been taken, so it was in full effect by the time I got to my appointment. And so my heart rate was 90 something, which is still high for just lying, you know, I was lying down, I was calm breathing, and it was still 90 something. However, I have my Apple Watch now, which thank God I have this because it alerted me to a problem. My heart rate has been very high lately, and it's been that way for about a month or so, and it's not always, and it's odd when it shows up because it's like when I'm the most calm and when I'm the most like sitting sometimes, but it gets really, really high. 150 is the highest I think I've seen. I'm taking it now. It's currently 90. So, you know, still high considering I'm sitting, just having a normal conversation. So I decided to see a cardiologist. I decided this when I first got Calviva. I wanted to see a cardiologist. This was long before I had the watch. I wanted to see a cardiologist. I wanted to get every test done known to man to make sure that my body is healthy, functioning, or if it's not, I know about it and can do something about it. I am trying to be even more proactive with my health now. I give no qualms to calls anymore. I had a very bad bout of not being able to make calls. I still hate it, but I'll do it because I know that that's the only thing that's going to get through to people. And I'll just keep calling everyone and anyone until somebody listens. And so I call, and I made a bunch of calls and kept going with it. I had a horrible doctor who treated me disgustingly, said I was drug seeking for absolutely no reason. Just because I asked for drugs to help with my back pain once, and of course to which she said no due to, well, she didn't tell me due to why, so I asked her why, and of course I kept asking her why because she would never tell me why. However, they could not because of, you know, Calviva's restrictions to narcotics, opioids. There's a pandemic going on for opioids as well as for COVID. So, you know, there's reason not to give it, but I was not given those reasons. She did not make it explicitly clear why I was not being allowed to take it. She just said, no, we can't do that here. Maybe your pain specialist can do it, and sent me to a pain specialist. And I was like, okay, maybe they can do it. They, however, said, no, unless you're over the age of 35, you can't have narcotics. We can't give you any. And I'm like people don't have issues with narcotics, or not with narcotics, with pain, that are under the age of 35. That makes absolutely no sense to me. But apparently people over the age of 35 have no problem getting narcotics. It's just the youngins. And I mean, to an extent, that makes sense. But I'm here at a pain specialist office trying to get help for very heavy pain in my back. Nothing I've done has worked. A neurosurgeon has said that they will not perform surgery on me due to the fact that it is not bad enough yet. And so my last option is pain relief. Of course, they don't tell me why they can't give them to me either, other than we can't give them to you unless you're 35 or over. And I'm just like, why? And nobody gives me an answer why. And so I go back to my doctor and I say, well, they won't do it. They say you have to be over the age of 35. Why can nobody help me with this? And she doesn't reply. And that's when she sends the letter saying that I am a drug-seeking, unprofessional behaviored person and she'll no longer see me. So apparently you cannot ask for help in the pain department if you are under the age of 35. Just a heads up for those of you on Calviva. It's just not possible. And if you do and you have a shitty doctor or just somebody that doesn't think with their brain, they will think you're drug seeking for asking the question of why that you can't get it. And stop seeing you for that reason. However, I have other issues with her. She was just a horrible doctor. Not only did she say that, but she said I was unprofessional. I'm not supposed to be professional. Yes, I'm an adult and I can make professional conversation. But if you're sitting there not answering my questions, not giving me reasons why, not submitting referrals like you said you will, not putting in the correct information so those referrals get denied by Calviva, and several other things, not to mention I can barely understand you half the time of what you're saying, I'm going to be a little frustrated and angry. And I'm going to say, why are you not giving me the answers that I've asked for 70 million times? And I, of course, did that in my emails. And she said, you're unprofessional. I'm not supposed to be the professional one in this arrangement. A doctor is supposed to be the professional, what's the word? Opinionated, biased, and not let the shit get to their brain. And anything that you say should not have any effect on a doctor. I mean, obviously, if you're sitting there threatening their life, sure. Was I doing that? No. Do I have proof that I never did that? Yes. I never threatened her life. I never even said a swear word. So in my opinion, anyways, I was not unprofessional. And even if I was unprofessional, I'm not a professional. A doctor is a professional. I am a student. Actually, I haven't been in school for a while. I don't have a degree yet. I am not supposed to be a professional. At my job, sure, I'm supposed to be professional and use proper language and not get cocky or rude. At a doctor's office, when somebody's telling me information that is not what I want to hear or not giving me answers, I can do whatever the frick I want. And I didn't even swear to her. Did I swear behind her back about her? Sure. But did I swear to her? No. And I have proof of that in every single message that I sent her until she cut off access to those messages before she submitted the letter to me and made sure I got it, stating that she'd no longer be my doctor, she cut off that access. So I haven't had access since a week before I got a letter in the mail stating that I was no longer being seen by her. And yeah, she wouldn't answer the phone, and that was before she gave me the letter. I could never get through, and when I did get through, she was busy and couldn't talk to me, and so I'd asked for him to put a message through. Did he? No, because she never called me back. She never messaged me back. She just didn't care, is what it was. I don't want to say anything bad about any religion, and I never will, but I believe that she was biased to not religion, race. Anyone that was not her race did not get proper treatment. And I don't say that just because of me. I saw several complaints on a forum that was for her page, for her to be reviewed, and all of them said that if they were white, they did not get proper treatment, and then were eventually refused. So it was not just me. And that is what I make my opinion off of. And again, it's an opinion. It can't be proven. But that is what I believe. Which is unfortunate, because I don't think any doctor should be allowed to do that. And even if she wasn't being biased off my race, she was definitely not giving me the information I needed to make my health better, nor referring me to the places I needed to make my health better. And so moving forward, I switched doctors. This was even before I got this letter, because when she cut off access, I could no longer access my records. I couldn't get through on the phone. I tried several times. I made grievances through Calviva, none of which were working or doing anything for me in the meantime. So I switched doctors immediately. I called and I said, I want a new doctor. Give me a new doctor. And they said, okay, we can do that. And we'll file a grievance again at the same time. And so we did that. And, of course, there's nothing they can do about the grievance other than they submitted it. And it was put on her file of grievances, I guess, against her. But to switch doctors, literally, there's nothing else they can do. So they called me today to ask how my first appointment with my doctor was, and if I liked this doctor more, and thankfully I do. I have been having issues with getting meds approved that I didn't have issues with before, and then meds that I had issues with before with my old doctor, she was able to push through immediately. So it's all very confusing on the meds department, and I've tried calling about it. However, as far as in person, my visit with her, the first visit anyways, I liked it. She was very professional. She listened to everything I had to discuss. She wrote everything down. The second that she gave me access to my patient portal, I was able to see everything she wrote down, and it was all accurate, and it was all the same as what I said. Nothing was missing. The only thing that I need to straighten out right now is my meds. And she actually put in the referrals that I requested. I'm seeing, hopefully soon, an OBGYN, the cardiologist, an endocrinologist, and one other. OBG, endo, cardiologist. There's one more, but I can't think of it off the top of my head, and it's on my phone, so I can't access it right now, but that's okay. You get the point. Oh, knee surgeon. That's the last one. She submitted all of those, and she showed me the proof that those were on her list of submissions for approval. She scanned through the paper and faxed it out immediately. So, and I have proof that she did because I got called and made an appointment for the cardiologist, and luckily they didn't have any appointments available, but when they called, well, they didn't have any until the end of the month, except for one cancellation they had for the day following. And so I was like, okay, take it. I don't care what time it is, take it. And it was 8:30 in the morning, so that sucked for me because I had to be up early, but I got it done, and now I have the patch. So this patch, as I stated, is basically a continuous monitor of EKG. It monitors my heart at all times of the day, or just random times of the day. I don't know exactly how it works, but there is a like phone, like mini, like just like a phone basically, but it only has access to the monitor, and that's it. And then if you have issues going on, you can state those issues, so that way they know, like when you had palpitations or sweaty or dizzy, passed out, any of that stuff. But obviously if you're having a real extreme medical emergency, you don't put that in. You just go to the hospital. But yeah, you leave the phone plugged in. It doesn't have to go anywhere with you. Only the patch that's on you does. You can still shower. You just have to avoid contact to this area. So I think I'm going to put a maybe like a Band-Aid. I don't think I have a big enough Band-Aid for that, but just something over top of it, like a piece of cloth or something, just so that way it's not directly hit by water on accident or anything. But basically she said to shower from, like, put the shower head behind you and kind of just get the back of you, and then like hold your hand maybe to it, and then wash the front of you with minimal amount of water. You're not supposed to be able to take a bath. Oh my gosh, what are the cats doing? Oh, she's in the bathroom. I was like, what are they doing? They're making noise. She said, you have to sign a form saying you're not going to take a bath. However, it's on the front of you, and bathing, you know, you're laying down, your chest really isn't always in the water. It doesn't have to be. And my bathtub is too small for me to actually get the top of my area into the water. It gets my shoulders and stuff like that, but not really. And it just depends on the way I lay down in the bathtub too. So I can avoid that and take a bath still. She said that was fine. As long as I obviously don't submerge this. And so yeah, I will find out what's wrong. It will monitor my heart for 10 days. This patch lasts 5 days, and then I have to take this one off and replace it with another one after the 5-day mark. And then when I finish, I have an appointment for next month. It's still like a week and a half out from when I finish the monitor, but that's fine. They said you can keep it till then as long as you bring it that appointment. And then there's a thing that you can end the session on and just take off the patch and toss it, and the only thing that goes back to them is the box that it came in, because it's like a case, and then the phone and the charger, of course. And then they get the results back from the company that stores them, and we go from there. They also ordered, I think, blood work and other things. I just don't know what exactly. And they have to go through approval, so I don't know about those yet. However, that's my cardiology. What's going on with that? And I am looking forward to my weight loss surgery, obviously, because it will help the strain on my heart, of course, and the strain on my back and the strain on my knee. But I'm just excited mostly that this doctor is putting in the requests that I need. Because if I have all the specialists I need, every single one of them, I only have to go to my primary care for like flu stuff, ear stuff, you know, regular normal stuff that pops up here and there for meds, basically. Everything else would go through all of the other people like it properly should. And so I'm excited for that it's actually finally happening. I'm hoping that I can get in to see the knee surgeon this month, that at the very beginning of next month, because I want to see where he or she wants me to go with it. I had tried physical therapy with my knee, and they had wanted me to do injections, steroid injections, but that affects your sugars, so they didn't have me do that. And so they said the only available other option was to think of surgery again, because it is torn in there. I'll probably need a new MRI because it's been over 6 months since I had the last one. But as far as surgery, I was just hoping that it could be done with enough time for the incision to heal before June or July when I have my weight loss surgery. So that way, coming out the weight loss surgery, you know, I can already be mostly healed from the knee stuff, and I can begin to exercise and not have to worry about being out and down for the count for a while because of my knee, after the fact of weight loss surgery. And then if not, I hope I can get it scheduled for like a month and a half out of the weight loss surgery, so that way, as soon as the incisions and stuff heal on my stomach, we can go right into the knee. The knee takes longer to heal, incisions, especially the kind that they did on me. However, I don't know that the same incisions will apply and if it'll be as bad of a healing process or what. So it's possible that if I can get it scheduled at least before a few months out from the weight loss surgery, that I can avoid having to wait till after. And then I can be still in the process of like walking, learning how to walk and stuff again, going into the weight loss surgery, because, you know, that'll be fine. And then the weight loss surgery will actually make it a lot easier for me to do the walking and stuff, because at first you lose a lot of weight because you're only on a liquid diet. And so coming out, I should be much more agile, and I'm really excited that I'm finally moving forward in the health department. So it was basically kind of like an update on what's going on, my cardiology appointment, and what happened with my doctor, and where I'm at now with my new doctor. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative for any of you dealing with any of the same or similar concerns as me. I have no idea what I'm going to title this yet, but regardless, I will see you in my next video if you decide to stick around, and if not, so long. Bye.